don't see any signs of debris firing.
Space shuttle mission STS-75 tether incident. A lot has been said about this incident. Personally, I feel that most of the objects that you see are actual individual parts of the tether, just floating around in space, and they're out of focus. It's a fascinating piece of footage, and I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't, quite a few UFOs coming into the scene to check out our technology, just the same as they've done many times before.
The crew can see the tether and see the satellite.
Quick, you're missing it!
Not missing fuck all. Full bollocks.
This view showing
Look, watch it, look. Look at this.
satellite.
It's rubbish.
You're not watching it, look, you're missing it, look.
What am I missing? Yeah, a beam of light. What's happening?
1 nautical miles now from Columbia.
Yeah, so what?
What do you think they are? UFOs flying near astronauts.
It's superimposed and someone's dubbed the voice and put that on there to get people fucking going. It's bloody obvious. That's when they saw this thing was kind of rubbish. It's superimposed.
Being told
And then they get
there's an
accused of
object
like,
at
trying to
your
cover it
11
up.
o'clock position.
But one of those astronauts come back and say when it's on the airplane. And they have a question, they say,
And
people
the
messing
other
around with the
astronaut,
film.
who's obviously in the know, says don't worry
Fanatics
about
messing
it.
around with the film.
I suspect that the senior
You're bonkers.
astronauts, the astronauts who've been up more than just once,
Get a bloody job.
are fully aware that there is a very large number
So you sit around all
of
day,
unexplained
scratching your arse completely.
objects flying around.
The only alien thing to him is fucking work, I bet. What?
The music just makes me laugh.
What?
The music, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even that's put on top to make it all mysterious. It's all dramatization. Once you understand how dramatization works, it's a trick of it to make you build up an event that's nothing.
spent gigantic sums of money during the 1960s.
Of course they did.
But most of it was spent on the ground, not in space. Huge American corporations, many of which were manufacturing hardware for the military, made gigantic profits designing space vehicles and, more importantly, life-sized models of spaceships, and even huge stage sets resembling the lunar surface.
Oh, here we go. They didn't have
Someone in NASA had realized that after taking billions of dollars from the American people, if they couldn't make it to the moon, they would fake it to the moon.
Obviously, if you're going to somewhere that nobody has been before, you need to have a simulator which recreates that environment as closely as you can. If you're going to the moon, you recreate the surface of the moon. And here we see a section of the lunar surface created. It's about 30 foot high, 30 foot long, 35 foot long. Scale is given by the two people standing in front of me.
It's a billboard.
There were plenty of simulation exercises, but the point is, and should be taken into account in virtually everything that is discussed with the Apollo program, 400,000 people may have worked on the program in total, but none of them had a need to know more than his own job required. The people who were making the rockets didn't know what the people who were making the spacesuits were doing because they had no need to know about that.
That's with any factory.
Their job was to make the best models and the best simulation of the lunar surface that they could. And if we come up to this picture here, we see the 3 scales on which these models were built. We have here the whole moon as one unit. It stands about 20 foot high. We have here behind it a section of the surface of the moon. You'll notice it's curved. And here we have a more detailed section of the lunar surface.
What you're saying is that the images, which we are told show a camera pointing out the window of the lunar module as it's coming into land on the moon, could well have been filmed previously using these large-scale models.
That's right. It could well be that what we are looking
You want a drink?
are films of realistic models. We have no means of knowing if they were actually taken on the lunar surface, or whether what we're watching is part of the simulation exercise, or the training.
Can I have one?
Now part of mine.
And you'll notice here,
Alright. I don't want a lot.
there is a camera track. A camera starting at this end, coming down here, would approach the moon, or appear to approach the moon, and become ever closer towards it. It's exactly what you would expect to see if you were flying to the moon. This is a simulation rig that was built. This is the command and service module of the Apollo program. And you'll notice that the window here looks out onto a block here. There's another one here. They're curved. These are the screens onto which the lunar surface was projected as the craft made a simulated approach towards the lunar surface.
Is what we're seeing a mixture of fact and fiction?
It is fact. It is fiction. It's mixed together. It's hard to separate them until you examine it closely. If a spacecraft is in deep space, the only possible explanation for a light seen through the window of the spacecraft is the sun. It's the only bright light in space. If it's not the sun, then it has to be some other artificial light, which implies that that particular